What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to another exciting episode of Tales of Symphonia. In the very first episode, in the last episode, we began our journey. Our friend Colette is the chosen, and she is required to complete the oracle, which requires her to go through a number of trials. But of course, we couldn't allow her to go through that alone, so we, as her friends, are accompanying her. And by her friends, I mean her dead, the chosen is dead. Chosen is dead, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. The story's done. But anyway, I'm just playing. The protagonist is dead. The chosen is dead. The last battle the last battle in the last episode killed us. we were almost annihilated. Even Kratos and Genis here, they were almost annihilated, but thankfully we survived. But anyway, before we continue on, I do have to go back to Isalia and heal up. So I will be right back. Alright, got the healing done. Even bought a life bottle. I could only buy a life bottle because that's the only thing I could afford right now, but now we're playing again as Lloyd, the protagonist of the game, because he's not dead anymore, and they all rejoiced. And here we've got two ghosts, a zombie, and what is this? A spider? It's not just any spider too, it's a giant spider. Those of you who have been following the channel for a while know that spiders terrify me, even the small ones. And if you guys were to come over to my house, I would personally show you how there are so many spiders in our basement for some reason. But alright, we acquired a brand new spell, which is Stone Blast. Of course, in this game, there are elemental attacks as well, and there are monsters that are of a certain type of element, but right now, obviously, aside from them being magical, I don't think that they have any type of element or anything like that, so it doesn't matter what type of attacks we use on them. There's no strength or weakness on their part, so. And alright, we've got our very first level up. Colette, good job. Good job, Chosen One. On your way to becoming a stronger Chosen One, you know? So that was a dead end over there. If we go up here, it's a place that we can't even enter yet because Kratos says it's sealed. The Sorcerer's Ring can probably open it. It's enshrined in this temple. Where is it? Let's hurry up and go get it. I don't know. I'm sorry. Fine, we'll look for it. Man. Lloyd's not really having a good attitude about things, even though he technically was the one that wanted to tag along, right? So let's see. Okay, so here we're introduced to another new enemy, which is the slime. Now this one, I believe, is actually a magical type. Oh my goodness, I forgot once again. I forgot to buy magic lenses. They are, I believe, only 10 gold. Like, I wasn't kidding when in the last episode that they are cheap. And I really should have bought some. Like, after buying the life bottle, I believe that I had 30 gold left, so I could have bought 3 magic lenses. And you will want to, You will want to use magic lenses on these enemies if you're planning to 100% this game. Oh, bless you if you want to 100% this game, a big game like this. But you will get something called a monster book later on. You know what, I think I shouldn't have said that, because I guess I should have just let you guys figure that out on your own. You know, I probably just spoiled it, but if you use magic lenses, then information about the enemies will be stored in that monster book, and it's pretty key to completing this game 100%, filling that monster book up all the way. So I'll remember next time, okay guys? I'll remember to buy magic lenses next time, so as not to disappoint you. So here, there's really nothing new to say about these monsters. We're fighting once again. Oh goodness, I wasn't paying attention to my health. Look at the hammer, it's just spinning. Everyone else is paused except for the hammer. That's interesting. So sadly, we're going to have to use a life bottle again. Oh, wait a second. Hold on, give me a sec. Did that say magic? I do have a magic lens. Okay, so I guess it's one of those items that it gives you right off the bat. So let's use this magic lens on this here zombie. And here you're given, oh, okay, so even the first enemies, they have their elemental weaknesses and strength, so. And here you can see that they also have TP and stuff, but this one, at least this monster enemy anyway, doesn't have TP. Yeah, messing up my words. And you can also see their HP also, so That's also really handy. But other than that, nothing new about this battle here. Poor Kratos, he's just trying to cast a spell. Oh, thank you. It was a spell that I really needed too. First aid is, of course, as it would sound, it heals you. It doesn't heal you that much, but for right now, where we're at level-wise and HP-wise, it's really, really handy. And you know what? I feel like I'm going to be making a lot of trips back to Isalia. In the last episode, I set the difficulty to hard, so this is going to be quite a challenge. I'm going to have to do quite a lot of level grinding off-screen, so as not to bore you guys. But I'll still show you a good amount of these battles so that you can get a good taste of the battle system. As I said in the last episode, I really admire this battle system. And I'll go ahead and say that I feel like this particular battle system in this Tales of game is a lot quicker and, honestly, to me, a little bit more responsive than some of the other Tales of games. For example, right now I'm playing Tales of Exilia, and that also has an amazing battle system. Good job on leveling up, Lloyd, by the way. But I feel like, for some reason, this is the most fast-paced battle system in a Tales of game, at least the ones that I've played anyway. It could just be, you know, along with, you know, how we're moving up generations and, you know, video games and all of that, how animations are becoming a little more complex. I feel like it could be because of those more complex animations. I'm trying to be careful with my wording here because I could definitely be wrong. But that's the Sorcerer's Ring that we're looking for anyway, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go get it. Look, there's something here. What's wrong with you, Colette? It's like I don't know. Curiosity killed the cat, basically. Colette's not a cat, but curiosity killed the Colette. Let's go with that. They start with the same letter, you know, so curiosity killed the Colette is still a bit catchy. Do any of you remember what that's called? Like, remember in English class how... Ooh, nice, we acquired a skill. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about that later on, but legit, what was that term called when you're like writing poems and stuff and you try to use words that start with the same letter so that they sound the same and it, you know, it rolls off the tongue nicely. I forgot what that's called. But as you saw, we acquired a new skill. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Wow, it turned into a rock. Well, it was kind of a rock to begin with. Oops! Oh no. I get it. What are you two talking about? In just a moment, it'll probably... See, there it is. Whoa, there's another one. Now, let's take care of it and drop it down below. Obviously, Lloyd is kind of... I don't want to say that he's dumb. I really don't, because I love Lloyd to death. Before we fight that enemy and turn him into a block, I want to see what is up here. More enemies, of course, so let's just take care of these guys. But before I continue on, as I said, I was going to explain to you that new attack that I earned in the new skill. That new skill that I acquired in the last battle, and it is Sonic Thrust. So here you can assign a good amount of attacks. See, you've got, well, right now we've only got Demon Fang and Sonic Thrust, but of course, as you continue on down the road, you will run into even cooler attacks. Some of them even combinations of already cooler attacks, but, you know, I won't say too much. It's exciting and all of that, so... Just remember that you can assign all of these different attacks and stuff. Right now, we've got Demon Fang, and then we've got Sonic Thrust. And as I said, I believe in the last episode, these special attacks use up TP, so you want to be wise with how you use your TP. I wish that Kratos would have been a little bit more wise with his attacks, because now he's at 0 TP, look at that. But you know what? I can't really blame him, because it's probably my fault. I think he spent all of his TP trying to heal me. So let me use an apple gel to heal up myself. Again, as I said last time, these gels are the equivalent of potions, and they can heal either HP or TP. And Colette is dead. Poor Colette. Sorry, Colette. I should have shared some apple gels with you because we are a team after all. And technically, I should have been chivalrous, you know, and given Colette the item instead. Because ladies first, but you know what? The protagonist is the protagonist after all. But anyway, we survived, so that's good. And thankfully, Kratos and Genis both leveled up. We might have lost grade from that, but they leveled up. We're on our way to getting stronger. Just have to be a little bit patient. So here we find, oh wow, 3 treasure chests. One of them containing an apple gel. That's useful. Another, a life bottle. That's very useful. And 250 gold. All very useful things. So aren't you glad that we ran into that? Now, before we continue on, I need to go back to Isalia once more to heal up because I don't want to waste any life bottles. These life bottles are very important, especially on hard mode. As you can see, I did set the battle rank to hard, so. But I believe that it increases the chance of finding rarer items and stuff whenever you fight enemies. So that's that. I'm gonna run away from this. I'm gonna go to Isalia quickly, as I said, and I will meet you guys back here at Martel's temple. So not only did I heal up all the characters and buy new items, but I also leveled each of them up once more. I know it's not much, but I did a little bit of level grinding, earned a bit more gold, more experience and all of that. And Kratos even learned Sonic Thrust himself, which is a little bit surprising to me that Kratos didn't know Sonic Thrust to begin with. Because, I mean, honestly, it looks like such a simple move. But before we continue on, there is one thing that I forgot to do. Now, remember in the last episode, before we ended off, Kratos gave us an item called the Training Manual. And I haven't even taken a look at it. Maybe some of you guys were wondering what it says. But basically, it talks about all of the battle basics. So here you've got, like, movement, I don't really think that I need to explain much of that, but movement during battle is carried out with the left analog stick. Use right and left to move forward and backward, and up to jump. Under semi-auto control, press up while holding down the guard button, or square to jump. Now, I'm not going to read all of these because I might just bore you, but for those of you that are following this as a walkthrough, then go ahead and just take a look at that training manual, especially if you are new to the Tales of series and its battle system. Now, one thing that the Tales of Symphonia lacks compared to a lot of the newer Tales of games is that it feels really 2D. And what I mean by that is, even though the battlefield itself is 3D, as it said, movement is limited to left and right, like kind of like this. But in the newer Tales of games, you had the freedom to move around in circular motion, kind of. But it doesn't hinder anything, and it doesn't make the game any less fun than any of the other Tales of games. So anyway, where was I? Like, I know that for you guys, I cut all of the level grinding that I did, and going back to Isalia and all of that. But I think I spent like, what, 15 minutes doing that? Wasn't too much time. And it's not a pain for me to do it because I get to play Tales of Symphonia, and it's such a fun game, as I've been saying a lot. And I hope that you guys are already getting that vibe, you know, just how fun Tales of Symphonia is, because really, it is a great game. So what I want to do first before going straight to the Sorcerer's Ring is take a look at, oh, there's a memory circle, is acquire some of these treasure chests. That's what you want to do in this game. As with any RPG really, you want to do a lot of exploration so that you can get a lot of those weapons and armor that you could buy at the store, yeah, but you'd be saving yourself a lot of money. And you know what? I think that you could get a lot of these weapons early on, like if you would find them in dungeons instead of buying them from the store. But you know, that's up to you. For me, I've been playing the Tales of games for years now, so I've just come into the habit of exploring every dungeon that I run into, and it's a good habit to get into. And here's that, there goes the rock golem. I was gonna say, here's another rock golem, but there goes that rock golem. And here, who was it that leveled up? Was it Kratos? Or was it Genis? Because Genis was right behind Kratos, so it's hard for me to tell. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like it was Kratos. So nice, nice. He's on level 6 while 2 of our party members are on level 5, and then Genis is on level 4. But you know what? No shame in that, Genis. You're still pretty strong in my eyes. Where would we be without you and your spells, you know? Like, seriously. Imagine playing a game like Tales of Symphonia without having your magic users, without having your healers, you know? Kratos right now is our healer, but really he's kind of a split between swordsman and mage. Yeah, this game has that, and Kratos is that guy. Where Lloyd is, you know, all physical attacks, you know? All of these different special sword attacks like Demon Fang and all of that. Sonic Thrust, like this. Whereas Colette is also both a physical and a magic user. Right now she's not using much magic, but later on in the game she will learn some magic skills. But we'll get to that when the time comes. I will say though that we're doing a lot better in battle now that we've leveled up and stuff, gotten stronger. Not only that, but I got rid of the titles that involve costume changes because we're playing this in hard mode right now. I want to focus on stats as much as possible so that I can get through this without dying so often. Then again, it's an RPG. You know, what RPG do you not focus on stats? So as you saw in the last treasure chest that we opened, we got a life bottle, which is extremely handy, especially because we are not rich, guys. We don't have a lot of money. I mentioned that I went to the store at Iselia to buy some things, right? Some of those things, or actually most of those things that I bought were magic lenses. I bought 15 magic lenses, and that costs 150 gold. So if you do the math, I was right that the magic lenses do cost 10 gold each. And that's really not bad. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm not using the magic lenses yet. I should be using the magic lenses on as many of the enemies as possible so that I can collect their information. But of course, once you use a magic lens once on an enemy, then really that is the only time that you have to use it because the information on that enemy is stored forever. We don't have that said monster book quite yet, but when we do get the monster book, at least we will have information on enemies such as spiders and ghosts and all of these great things that we are currently fighting. But unfortunately, one thing that I find really strange is that even though you use a magic lens on a certain type of enemy, you need to use the magic lens again if you want to see the HP of the same type of enemy, but it's not the same exact monster that you used it on. And what I mean is that you saw how I used the magic lens on the first ghost that I killed in that last battle, and it revealed its HP. Well, it's true that I did collect all of its information so that by the time I get the monster book, the information on the ghost enemy will already be stored in there permanently. But for the second ghost, I had to use a magic lens again if I wanted to see its health. So I don't know why they chose to do that. It kind of just makes me waste magic lenses. But then again, as I said, magic lenses do not cost a lot, so it's not really too much of a burden. I just kind of see it as a bit of a strange design choice. So we'll need 2 more blocks in order to reach the Sorcerer's Ring, which means that we have to fight 1 more golem. Oh, and this guy's chasing us. Stay back! Alright. Here we are, making our way up the stairs to the Sorcerer's Ring. So this is the Sorcerer's Ring. I've heard about it before. It's a holy artifact of the Church of Martel. We should be able to deal with most traps and obstacles with this. Wow, let me try it. Okay, Lloyd. You're such a little kid. And I will admit that. During a good portion of this game, Lloyd does kind of act like a little kid. He's not terribly childish, but you know, there's still character development, so it's okay. But anyway, as I was saying, just press square in order to use your newly acquired Sorcerer's Ring. And not only can you use it on obstacles such as that seal in front of that door at the front of the church or the temple, but you can even use it on overworld enemies, and you can use it to freeze them in their place so that if you don't want to fight an enemy per se, then you can just freeze them in their tracks, not like how I just failed there. But yeah, you can use the Sorcerer's Ring in order to stop enemies so that you can just keep forward with the story if you didn't want to fight any more enemies. If you already did enough level grinding and you're already sick of it. I'm about to die. Thank you, Kratos, by the way, for that first aid. Seriously, I don't know where we'd be without Kratos and his first aid right now, because like he's doing a lot of the behind the scenes work. I did mention that this game is multiplayer, correct? Like the battles, you can have your friends. You can have 3 of your friends come over and play as Colette, Genis, and Kratos. Now that is pretty fun. I will admit that it might be a little bit boring for your friends when you're overworld like this, but I mean, I remember playing this with my brother and my friend Josh, and we had a lot of good memories playing this game, you know? So let's test for the Chosen. Let's take a look at this skit. Everybody okay? Yeah, but why are there so many monsters in the temple? This is part of the Chosen's trial. Weren't you aware of that when you decided to join her? Of course I knew that. I'm sorry. It's my fault you're here. Don't worry about it. It's for the sake of bringing peace to the world. Dwarven vow number 1, right? I told you to stop bringing those up. So for some reason, Lloyd really doesn't like those dwarven vows. I think they're pretty cool. They might be a little bit cheesy at times, but still, a lot of those dwarven vows ring truth even in the real world, you know? Oh, is this all the Sorcerer's Ring does? You get bored so easily. Yeah, see, that's one of the childish things about Lloyd, but, you know, don't judge Lloyd. Lloyd's a good guy. Let's use this teleporter and see what awaits us on the other end.
This appears to be the top floor.
Yes, that's the altar.
Then that shining thing there must be the Crucius crystal.
That's right. They say I was born with that in my hand.
Look at that light!
What is that?
An angel, I would assume.
I don't know why Lloyd doesn't know that. I mean, anyone would have assumed right away that it's an angel, right? Just by its appearance.
Is that Colette's real father?
I am Remiel. I am an angel of judgment. The time has come to awaken the goddess Martel, who sleeps at the center of the world.
Awaken the goddess Martel. It's just like the legend Rain told us about.
From this moment, Colette becomes the chosen of regeneration. We of Crucius bless this event, and hereby bestow the Tower of Salvation upon Silverant.
You know, I kind of wish that they would have shown them placing the Tower of Salvation like on the Earth. It's not Earth, but you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, it just,
So that's the Tower
they kind of
of
just
Salvation.
showed it just showed it, you know? They didn't show it appear or anything like that. I thought it would have been cool anyway. It's a small thing.
The world will be saved.
Woohoo!
Colette, the chosen of regeneration.
Long pause.
I humbly accept this
I already tried pressing X. It's one of those things where it has to finish, the camera has to finish scrolling down all the characters before I can continue on.
Shall grant you the power of the angels with each seal you unlock. Once you are reborn as an angel, this eroded world shall be regenerated.
Thank you. I swear on my life I will regenerate the world.
First, head south to the Seal of Fire. Offer your prayers in that distant land.
Yes, Lord Remiel. Oh, wait! Please wait! I have a question I wish to ask of you. Are you really my
First, head to the Seal of Fire. Understood, my beloved daughter Colette?
He's the dad!
father?
You're my father!
So you really are my true father.
We shall meet again at the next seal.
I mean, I guess there is some kind of resemblance, but really I'm only thinking of the blonde hair and the blue eyes. He does have blue eyes, right? It was either blue or green, but you know, his eyes are a lot smaller than Colette, who has the typical anime girl eyes that are super big and all of that, so it's clear to see what color her eyes are. I can't believe Remiel is my father. I'm alright, I was just a little surprised, that's all. I mean, Colette kind of has a lot to take in as the Chosen, you know, there's a lot on her plate, you know, so she's just kind of taking this in pretty well, I guess. So that was the Oracle. I wish Rain could have seen him. Wait, I don't want to warp, I want to talk to Kratos. Colette must now go on a long journey to search for those seals. You've received the Oracle, then let us leave now, Chosen. Oh yes, we're going on ahead. Bye-bye, Kratos! Thank you, both of you. Please stop by my house later. Will do, Colette. So it looks like Lloyd and Genis are just gonna be left alone, you know. The best buds, the best friends. They are best friends, even though there's that age gap, you know. They're still really close friends. And that's one thing that I love about their relationship. That Colette is the daughter of an angel and is not really related to her current father. Even if you're not related by blood, family is family. True that, Lloyd, true that. At least that's what I think. I'm sorry. Hey, don't worry about it. See, even though Lloyd might at times be childish, he's actually a really wise guy at times. He's not exactly the smartest, and he does make mistakes, as youth do, you know. They're trying to find their way in life, but Lloyd is he's a solid guy. Marvelous! Professor? What are you two doing here? You're supposed to be studying in class. Uh-oh. Yep, Lloyd was thinking the same exact thing I was. Oh, look at... Lloyd just looks so terrified. He's just beholding this crazy sight. What is this? Whoa, no, hey, stop! Well, she still had the star in her eyes, like she was so amazed that she was just about to kick Lloyd's butt. Now you two, if you've learned your lesson, go back home. There will be no more class for the rest of the day. What about you? I've received permission from Phaedra to study this temple a little while longer. Hail, Phaedra. It's not often that ordinary citizens have the opportunity to enter this place. And that's that. We did run into Rain, you know? You couldn't have helped but wonder where Rain was that entire time. Like, we searched the entire temple and Rain was nowhere to be found, but she was here all along. So angels really do have wings. Yeah, just like in the scriptures of the Church of Martel. But you know, I bet it's a hassle when they have to change their clothes. I guess so. And you'd have to make holes in your clothes for the wings to go through. Have you been thinking about this the whole time, Lloyd? Well, yeah, I mean, aren't you curious? I wonder if they get in the way when they sleep. Being an angel is pretty inconvenient, huh? I suppose so. You know, Lloyd really is one of the only people that would even think about that, you know? What was that? You're better off not knowing. What? what was that monstrous sound? Well, I mean, that sound came from me because I was the one that was doing all this wonderful voice acting, but, you know, what was that? Do I have to? Uh-oh. What's wrong? I forgot to return the sorcerer's ring. Then we can just give it back to Phaedra. Hail Phaedra. Say, no. But we went through a lot of trouble to get it. No one's gonna get mad if we borrow it for a little while. Come on, please. Fine, fine. You're not going to do anything bad, are you? He's gonna be an arson. No, he's gonna commit arson. That's what it is. But anyway, I mean, because the sorcerer's ring does like release fire and all of that. It's a fire hazard. You gotta be careful with that thing. The journey. What's Colette going to do now? That angel told her to release the seals. Then she'll become an angel. So Colette's going to leave the village? Oh, you see, these skits, man, they're not just funny, but sometimes they really do hit home. But anyway, it looks like this is a good stopping point for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate that you guys took the time to watch. If you enjoyed the episode and are looking forward to the next episode of Tales of Symphonia, please don't forget to hit that like button and even hit that big red subscribe button to see more from me. I will see you guys in the next episode of Tales of Symphonia, but until then, take care.